everyone, Vixie here, bringing you a Revelation Online video. In this video, I want to talk about a little bit about life skills and gathering and just a way to make money in the game for people that are free-to-play players. If any of you are familiar with my videos, you know that I am a gold farmer in most of the games that I play, so having the extra money and learning how to make money in a game can be very important, especially in a game like this. So just to give you guys like an idea, you can see that I have over a million Imperial coins, and I did buy a lot of my gear for my level, and I did buy a lot of my soul grid stuff. You can see my soul grid. My soul grid's not perfect. I'm still missing the class specific crystal, but I spent a lot of money into this. So, uh, and then you can see here I have mail, and I have this 7 pages of auctions that I pretty much have to go through. You can see some of the stuff I sell is really cheap, but I have a ton of it, like the silver eel. I had like hundreds of this. Fish bladders, I had hundreds of. Like, just, oh, I have a lot of things. Uh, so you can kind of see the money that I've been, making more or less with this game. So, my success aside, let me go straight into life skills. So if you bring up your character window, you go to craft, you can see your social level. Your social level is going to determine all of this stuff down here. So your poise, erudition, astuteness, forbearance, grace, fortune, and curiosity. All of this stuff increases as you gather and as you level your crafting. Two of the most important things to note down here is your diligence and your inspiration. So your diligence is your physical grunt work. So most of your gathering is going to take your diligence. Some things in crafting, like if you're doing smithing, will take diligence as well. And then your IQ points is for your inspiration. Mostly you'll need it for like your alchemy crafting will take your IQ points. You can also see this up at your top frame. You can see your daily diligence and your daily inspiration. It'll go down, every time that you craft something or every time that you gather something, and it'll recover slowly. I think you roughly get 1.1 points back every like 5 minutes that you're online. And if you have premium, it's supposed to gather while you're offline, but I don't know if that actually like works. So, or at least not at that rate. So I'm not sure about all of that. If you hover over the specific ones, you can see like if you are going to like chop down a tree, you might need like 30 forbearance. So you can see to increase your forbearance, you need to do felling, which is chopping down trees, mining, any of the woodworking, architecture, or smithing will level your forbearance. Astuteness is your picking plants, and your silversmithing. Erudition, I believe, is through alchemy and brewing. So each one. So if you find like a hole, or if you find that you're at a wall, and you need to like level your poise more, you'll need to level like your forbearance more. Just hover over them, and at the bottom it'll tell you like what you need to do to be able to increase that. So let's take a look at the crafting window. So the very first thing when you open up the crafting window is going to be this. This is your alchemy and your mixing. This is your woodworking, your smithing, your tailoring, I guess, your cooking. Down here is your gathering level, your fishing level, and this is like the exploring and the map level. I've never really done much of that. As you can see, my main focus has been gathering, and I make most of my money through gathering, and lately I've been making the weapon billets, and I've been selling those. So if you hit the second tab, um, you'll bring up the life skills interface, which can be very, very, very intimidating. You'll start out with chapter one. The more you actually like craft, you'll open up these extra like chapters. Um, Definitely, you want to make sure you get like these utility things, especially for Scour. Like you can see here that it'll increase your number of monsters through Scour. The utility ones are good for like mobile banking, auction housing, and things like that. As you can see, I have mobile auction house, and I also have mobile mailbox, so I never have to go to the mailbox or the auction house for anything. I have that automatically available to me. Um, and these would be how you like learn your recipes and things like that. Now you can reset this, I believe. I'm not sure how to. If I figure that out, I'll probably update this video later. This is just like a basic instruction on how to get into crafting. I don't want to get into the craft part too much. But I do want to talk about the gathering. You won't be able to learn everything, so you want to learn one thing and follow its path. So, like, if you are into the, I find that the most money that I make comes from chopping down trees. So I basically have leveled my arborists. So you can see, in order to be able to cut down peach trees, you'll have to do this. Now, if you run into a tree and you go to chop it down and you can't, it'll actually say, would you like to bring up the life skill menu? Say yes, and it'll actually show you where to like learn how to like get that thing. You'll see this will be like lighting up. So if you run to a peach tree and you can't chop it down because you haven't learned how to, it'll pull the book up. It'll pull up this. This will be like flashing. It'll have like a little ring around it, and you can be like, oh well, peach tree, learn it. If you still can't chop it down after that, because you'll have to have like a forbearance requirement. It'll say you need 30 forbearance to chop down this tree, and if you don't have that yet, then you'll just have to go level your forbearance by chopping down the trees that are lower level, or by doing like artificing, so like making stuff with woodworking until you can get your forbearance up. This tab shows you pretty much everything that you can currently get. So you can see this is all the stuff that I can do with mining. This is all the stuff that I can get with foraging, and this is all the trees so far that I've been able to chop down. The fourth tab is basically your crafting menu itself. I'm not going to get too much into this. Like I said, I don't want to talk too much into crafting, but basically, like, there are tabs up here, so make sure that, you know, you're checking this out. Like, one of the most common things is, like, with blacksmithing, like, silversmithing has different things. Um, you kind of have to, once you figure out like what you want to learn, to get into it a little bit more, just make sure you check out the different things. You can also learn how to craft secret recipes from crafting the other recipes, so be aware into that. And then your last tab is your fishing tab, so all the fish that you can catch and the level requirements to be able to catch those fish. You can autofish, like AFK and autofish. It does take diligence and inspiration. But if you're, you know, done for the night, and you just want to autofish to help gain some skill levels, you can do that as well. And that's your basic introduction into crafting and gathering. Right now, my focus, as far as making money, is this area here. There are plants here, and I think, and the trees that are like in this area. So, most people in the game are like 50 to 59. Some people are making their breaches into 60 to 69 at the moment. But the stuff that they need is going to be in this area for the most part. There is a quest called Adept Quinn Handmade or Old Quinn Handmade. It's 120 quests. It's a weekly quest that you can do that give you your weapon blueprints and your armor blueprints for your level. Uh, and it's basically it's a gathering and crafting quest that you can do. So basically what's going to happen is this guy's going to tell you, hey, I need this stuff, or this person says that they need that stuff. You know, this guy needs peach syrup, so you can either buy it off the auction house, or you can actually like go and chop down the peach trees to get the peach syrups. um, Personally, I'm the person that like goes out and does it myself, but a lot of people are quick just to go to the auction house. That's why I have like so many auctions up all of the time. um, I think everything, no, not everything sold. Like you can see, I just have random stuff up here all the time. A lot of my stuff sells. um, and that's how I make the bulk of my money, is just from selling like the crafting materials, because people that are doing that quest, like they get frustrated, they just want to do it real fast to get their weapon blueprints, so they buy everything off the auction house. So it's a huge money maker, and the higher level they are, the higher crafting materials they're going to need. So you know, you want to kind of stick where people are at for the materials that they need. And then for the blueprints themselves, you know, the weapons need the wood bill, the weapon billets and things like that. So they need the ore to be able to make them, and they need the wood to be able to make them. So crafting, gathering is definitely a very profitable profession to be able to, you know, get the things that you need and to get the money that you need to be able to buy the things that you need in this game. So I hope you guys found that useful. Like I said, it's just kind of a basic overview. If you want me to get more in depth with anything, I can. I'm still very new to the game, so yeah, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below, and I hope this video helped you guys. Thanks.